Well, for the people that actually live in those areas that have had damages, we're going to have the opportunity to get into those homes, 320 of those homes, and actually do mitigation work and create a healthier environment for the people that live there. For other areas that are getting flooded by water that's rushing down streets, that there's more water than there is capacity in the sewer systems, we're going to be correcting that situation so that all the water will end up under the streets in new expanded culverts that will carry it to the B branch. So we won't have that flash flooding in the streets anymore along Kaufman and 17th Street and Locust Street. And then a big piece of this is the culverts that we're going to be able to afford to put underneath the railroad tracks to take all that water into the phase 1 of the B branch project. So that really is the final step that's going to give us all the capacity that it's designed to handle.
Okay. So I guess in general, what does it mean to the Dubuque community to receive this funding? I mean, what's it going to mean in terms of being able to better weather flooding and better weather these type of disasters in the future?
Well, we'll have the ability with these improvements to handle all those 100-year storms that we've been getting 6 times since 1999. We've had presidential disasters declared, and this grant is also helping us move these projects up the timeline to get them completed. We were looking at possibly 20 years or longer before we could complete some of these projects, and this will allow us to complete all of these projects within the next 5 to 6 years.
Okay.
In addition to actually waterproofing the homes, for the most part, we have a home advocacy part of this thing, which works on the resiliency of the family. A lot of families have issues. They've had problems. They have health issues, employment problems, training, educational issues. So therefore, this grant allows us to hire persons to go in and sort of do an assessment to see what do they need besides getting water out of the basement. And so that just makes for the name of the project is B Branch Healthy Homes Program. So a healthy home is not just a physical structure, it's also those who live in the home to be healthy too. So that's what we're able to do that with this project.
Okay, and then lastly, what are some of the challenges or difficulties that homeowners in this watershed are facing when it comes to still trying to recover from the damage that was sustained from the floods in 2011?
Well, some of the most critical damage from previous floods or repeated floods, of course, is mold and mildew. And then it's the loss of use of the basement because of constant flooding. It's also it's damage to hot water heaters and furnaces and anything that's in the basement, basically. So that's been repeated damage. It creates a health issue, not just with mold and mildew, but also creates a health issue because of lead in the paint. Gets disrupted, it flakes out when it's flooded, and that's a big problem. And it's a health problem for people with children, because they're much more vulnerable to the lead issues and some other things. So therefore, it is important to finally clean these basements up and get them dry, because that's the difference between healthy and unhealthy, and going forward and capture the use of your basement again, because a lot of people haven't used their basement in years, and it's a huge part of a house that I'd hate to lose, quite frankly.
I'd like to, if I can get any kind of help at all and stuff, it's kind of hard for me to do it myself, I'd like to dig like a foundation, footings around this foundation, and have a new cement poured in it, and have it kind of sloped out towards the alley, so when it does rain and stuff, it'll be flowing out in the alley, and maybe some gutters on the garage or something, and more drainage, easy drainage to hit the alley or hit the streets or something, instead of piling up in my house, because you can see it does pile up out here, and it does sink,
Yeah. And so I guess what type of assistance are you hoping for from the city? What's your kind of financial situation?
My financial, I live month to month. I'm on Social Security, and it's really hard for me, It's just me and my daughter and stuff. I don't get help with nothing else, I just get Social Security disability income, and that's what pretty much I live on,
Yeah. So what was your reaction then when you heard that the city had launched this program?
As soon as I heard about it, I heard about the meetings and stuff, and this was going on for over a year or two and stuff and that. I went to a couple of the meetings and stuff with Mike Van Melligan was there and stuff and that, and they were talking about this program and stuff and that. You know, I kind of wish they could have got this program a lot earlier, you know, because, you know, from 2011 until now, it took a while, you know, and it's like I think people should have got help a long time ago, you know what I mean?